Working your dog for their breakfast, especially because it's really rainy right now. Got Axel's breakfast in a poop bag inside my treat pouch so that I know he's getting all of his kibble. Very excited about it. We haven't done this in a while either, so. Good. So I don't mind that type of excitement right now, but I'm going to work on it as we go along. So right now he's too excited to work on a lot of impulse control. So instead, I'm just going to make sure that I'm holding my treats in kind of an open hand so that my fingers don't get caught. And I'm going to make it easy for him to access these treats. And this is just his breakfast. So you could do this with your dog for the first half of their breakfast. And all of this is me moving away from him and him coming towards me. Helps with our recall. And also drop the food on the ground if they're a little bit too worked up and excited about it and they're hurting your hands. Very effective way to go. And it's fun for him because he gets to roam around, use his nose, and find things. If you can see his tail, kind of here, put him over here. His tail has these nice big wags this whole time he's going. That's what we like to see. There, you can see his wag. I can feed him a whole handful at a time, or if I want to make this food last a long time, I can feed him one piece at a time. He's getting 3 cups this morning, so if I don't want to be doing this for 40 minutes, I can give him handfuls at a time to speed up this process. Did you find some? Oh, go on. Oh, as he looks at me, I give him more food. Okay. Good. Your hands are going to get slimy. If you don't like your hands getting slimy, put a glove on. Leave the fingers. Thank you. Sit. No. So now a little bit more impulse control. So he's not lunging up and grabbing the food out of my hand. And that's a little bit of negative punishment, actually. If you move the food farther away, that's why it's effective, is that you're saying that behavior removes your access to the thing that you want. All right? Discourage the behavior by removing access to the thing he wants, which in this case is the food in my hand. You have drool. Now, good. You also do this where I can open my hand a little bit and let him get one kibble at a time. He has to use his tongue for that. Good. That helps him be a little bit more gentle. Down. Down. And for his downs, I want his hip all the way over. Down. But again, we haven't worked on this in a while, so. Down. Oh, doodle. There you go. Very, very excited about this. Yep. Nope. So he needs a little bit more guidance because we haven't worked on this in a while. And I haven't worked him with food in a long time, too. Yep. Yep. But this is good because this will be more what you are interacting with if you haven't done this with your dog before and they're excited about their food. Yeah. Sit. Good. And that paw thing he learned from Gus, unfortunately, by watching him be frustrated and try other behaviors, and that's one of Gus's go-to behaviors to try out. So that's something to be aware of. If you have multiple dogs and one of them starts practicing something annoying, the other dogs are watching, don't let it work, or the other dogs will pick up that behavior. No. Good. Good. The other thing about feeding this way, where you have a handful of kibble in your hand, and you feed a couple at a time, it's a lot easier to hold on to these little pieces of kibble when your hands get slimy. Now, quick. Yep. Right. Good. And I do like feeding across my body because then that gives me more control on this side with the leash hand. And it means that if I move my hand across my body, it means get over to my side so I can give you a treat. Moose is probably the best example of this because he jumps over. You go slower. Good. Good. Slow it down a little bit. Let's see, it's been 6 minutes. So if you were doing this with your dog, you could stop here and feed him the rest of his dinner or breakfast, or toss a bunch of the food on the ground and be done with it. That totally works. If you wanted to keep going, which I will with Axel, I'm going to work on some recalls. He's naked right now. He doesn't have an e-collar or anything on him. It's just a flat collar and a little wrinkled leash. So I'm going to work on some recalls. I'm going to work on his downs. Work on his sits and heels because he hasn't done that in a while. It's been raining, so he hasn't had a really long walk. He hates the rain. And with how cold it's been, we've been keeping him a little less active, so he keeps more of his weight. Am I standing on one? Axel. Good boy. Alright, so wait for him to get distracted. If you're dropping food, that's a really good way to distract your dog so you can work on recalls. Oh, wait. And one more. Axel. Good. Good. And he goes back to sniffing. That's fine. I want him a little bit distracted so I can be practicing these. Axel. Good. Now, kitty. Axel. Good. And notice that when I say his name for a recall, I'm immediately moving away. And that's why doing this movement with your dog while you're feeding their breakfast is so helpful for your recalls because it gets him coming back. So moving away gets him coming back to you, which helps the recalls. Now, it does kind of build up the excitement, so I can do it slowly. And he's very easily excitable, so the more that I lower my energy, the more that he will relax and lower his own energy. Axel. Good. Right? So that just took a little bit longer. He did pay attention. So that's another thing, is that if you can wait for a moment for them to respond without repeating yourself. Axel. Let me get distracted. Axel. Good boy. And I don't mind it taking a little bit longer if it means that we get to work on him coming back every single time without knee collar or anything else on him to follow up with. Oh, not as good with your hand. And that's really the key to a lot of dog training, is knowing when to wait and let your dog make their own decision. When to slow them down, when to speed them up.